welcome back to Bolna Bull Kenya Premier League Weekly Review. Alright, today we're heading over to Bukugu Stadium for a match that, wow, it had absolutely everything. We're talking comebacks, some real controversy, and a final score that, trust me, nobody saw coming. Let's get right into it and break down this wild 6-goal thriller between Kakamega Homeboys and Mara Sugar FC. You know, sometimes you can just throw the tactics, the form guides, all of that right out the window. For this match, there's really only one number you need to remember: 6. That's right, 6 goals. This was an absolute back-and-forth epic. I mean, it wasn't just a football match. It was a 90-minute highlight reel of just pure, unfiltered drama. So just think about it for a second. If you are going to write the script for a perfect game, what would you put in it? You'd want comebacks, right? Well, this match gave us 3 of them. You'd want some crazy late drama? How about 2 of the most bizarre and decisive own goals you will ever see? I'm telling you, you cannot make this story up. It's just unbelievable. That right there is what makes this result so absolutely shocking. I mean, look at the teams before kickoff. On paper, this should have been a walk in the park for the home side. You've got Kakamega Homeboys flying high in 3rd place, basically a fortress at home, and they're facing a Mara Sugar team stuck down in 13th and without a win in their last 6 games. I mean, come on. All signs pointed to a routine victory, right? So the big question is, how on earth did this on-paper mismatch just explode into an unforgettable classic? Well, let's rewind the clock and jump right into the action, blow by blow from that very first whistle. The action kicked off pretty early too. You have this kind of clumsy challenge from Mara Sugar's Nasor Chikoti inside the box, and the referee, well, he doesn't hesitate for a second, points right to the spot. Penalty. The home crowd just erupts as their goal-scoring defender, Potiphar Othiambo, steps up and, like the commentary said, this was a chance for his 4th goal of the season. Not bad for a defender, huh? Yep, he makes absolutely no mistake from the spot, sends the keeper diving completely the wrong way with a super cool, calm finish. Just like that, it's 1-0 to Homeboys, and at this point, you're thinking, okay, everything is going exactly to plan. Or so we all thought. But hold on, Mara Sugar, they weren't just there to make up the numbers, not at all. The very first twist in this story came from a very familiar face. The commentator absolutely nailed it when he said Alex Imbusia has returned to punish them. And what makes that so perfect, so poetic? You guessed it, Imbusia is an ex-Homeboys player. I mean, it's the classic football narrative, isn't it? The former player comes back to haunt his old club, and he does it with a brilliant, really composed finish. And just like that, it's 1-1. The underdogs, Mara Sugar, showing some incredible fight to get right back on level terms. Boom! The first comeback is complete. So, how did Homeboys respond to that? Immediately. That's how. Mara Sugar's celebration was basically cut short as the home side came roaring right back at them, just piling on the pressure. You could feel it in the stadium. A 2nd goal was coming. It was just a matter of timing. The men to deliver? Oliver Majaka. He rises up to meet across with this perfectly timed header that just leaves the entire Mara Sugar defense completely flat-footed. 2-1, Homeboys are back in the lead, and it feels like order has been restored at Bukungu Stadium. Here's the thing about this Mara Sugar team. They simply would not quit. Just when Homeboys thought they had a firm grip on the game, you know, they're back in control, nope, the visitors fought back again. As you heard in that great commentary, Timothy Ndayala brings them back into the game for a 2nd time, and he scores. Timothy Ndayala fires it home. And get this, for the 2nd time in this match, Mara Sugar has clawed their way back from behind to level the score. It's 2-2. I mean, the sheer character on display from the so-called underdogs was just absolutely incredible. Okay, let's take a breath. We're locked at 2-2 after a breathless end-to-end contest. You're probably asking, what could possibly happen next? Well, folks, this is the exact moment where the script for this match was just torn up and thrown away. The game went from thrilling to the utterly bizarre, and then just absolute heartbreak for Mara Sugar. A dangerous cross gets whipped into the box, and it's a total nightmare for Nasor Chikoti. And yeah, that's the very same player who gave away the penalty earlier. He just can't get out of the way, and the ball cannons off of him and straight into his own net. Just a moment of pure, cruel misfortune. Just like that, with that brutal stroke of bad luck, Homeboys are in the lead for the third time in this match, so it's 3-2. Time is ticking away. You've got to be thinking, this is it. This has to be the decisive goal that finally breaks Mara Sugar's spirit. The intensity at this point was just off the charts. The commentator captured it perfectly, didn't he? Today's game is fierce. It's not a game. And he was right. This was a battle, a chaotic, totally unpredictable fight right down to the very last second. Just when you thought it was all over, the final, most unbelievable twist arrived. Mara Sugar wins a late corner, the ball gets fired into the box, and in a moment of what you can only call poetic, shocking symmetry, it takes a wicked deflection off a Homeboys player, Glenn Masava, and flies into the net. You cannot believe your eyes. A second own goal, just unbelievable. The final whistle blows, and the score is 3-3. For the third and final time, the underdogs from Mara Sugar fought their way back to level the score. What an incredible display of character against all the odds. Alright, so after 90 minutes of pure, unadulterated chaos, what does a 3-3 draw actually mean for these two teams? Let's take a look at the aftermath and see how this result impacts the KPL table. So if you look at the table, you'll notice something interesting. Neither team actually changes their league position. Homeboys stay put in third, and Mara Sugar are still in 13th. But listen, the raw numbers here, they really don't tell the full story. The real impact is in the points gained, and maybe more importantly, the points lost. So let's break down the key takeaways from this. First, for Homeboys, this is a huge missed opportunity. A win would have moved them into second place, putting them right in the title hunt. Now from Mara Sugar, yeah, okay, their winless streak now extends to 7 matches, but this draw on the road against a top team, it's gonna feel like a victory. And get this, it continues their bizarrely strong away form. That's now just 1 loss in their last 8 games on the road. And maybe the biggest takeaway of all, both league games between these two this season have ended in a draw. They are just perfectly, chaotically matched. So, when you boil it all down, this match was really a tale of two completely different narratives. For Mara Sugar, it's a story of incredible resilience, of earning a vital point on the road against a really tough opponent. But for Kakamega Homeboys, it's a story of a missed opportunity, a seriously frustrating result that was defined by defensive lapses on their own home turf. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Was that 2 points dropped by Homeboys, or was it a massive point gained from Mara Sugar? And hey, could this chaotic classic be the game of the season so far? What do you think? Leave a comment below. I'm your host, Paul Lachope. See you on the next one. Bye.